throughout the day, we have seen people driving through flooded roads, which is never advised because it is very dangerous. Cars can easily be carried away. We've also seen many videos showing vehicles stranded, with some of them completely underwater. So tonight, we want to help you understand what to do if your car ends up with flood damage. Joining us now is Patrick Olsen, the editor-in-chief of Carfax, to break it all down for us. Thank you for joining us, Patrick.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about that first point first. There is a temptation when you see some water over a road. Nobody wants to turn around and reroute, but it really can be extremely dangerous to drive right through that, right?
Absolutely, it is. It could take only about a foot of water to be able to move your car on its own, completely out of your control. There's a saying that law enforcement has, which is "turn around, don't drown," and it's very accurate. It does not take much water for you to lose control of that, and once you lose control and you get into a deeper waterway, serious problems can occur.
Yeah, not to mention, if you end up having to leave your vehicle, you certainly don't want to walk through that. So glad we covered that part. Now let's talk about those vehicles that have been stranded. Ideally, nobody's inside. What do you do if that much water makes its way into your car?
Well, once the water gets over the sill of your door, the car is in very serious trouble. So at this point, the car is going to literally begin rotting from the inside out. It's going to affect the electrical systems. It can affect the safety systems. It can affect things like your automatic braking. So, the first thing to do is contact your insurance company and have them come take a look at it. And in many, many cases, cars that are that much underwater are wind up as totaled or salvaged.
Now, do those effects you just mentioned, do those kick in immediately? Do you know right away when something is wrong, or does it take some time?
No, it can take some time. So you can see over time things like the oil in your engine will start to look milky. You might not notice that the electrical system is acting funky, but once the water has a chance to dry, it can leave mildew and mold, and it can leave mud in places that you don't want it. And so it definitely plays out over time. It may seem fine at first, it may not seem like a problem, but it is definitely a problem waiting to occur.
And, you mentioned contact your insurance company. Let's say you're already at the stage where you're taking the vehicle in. Is there a certain type of specialist, or will any mechanic do?
Well, their insurance company should take you to someone who can say well, what they're going to do is look and run connectivity tests on your wires to make sure that they've not been shorted out. But again, once it gets into critical areas like the engine, like the electrical system, there's not a lot they can do without replacing everything, and then it becomes really cost prohibitive.
And you mentioned a lot of vehicles just wind up totaled after something like this. Is there something you can compare it to? A certain amount of rain, typically you're going to be okay, maybe need a little bit of repair, and another situation where you can pretty much assume that's a wrap on that vehicle?
Under most normal circumstances, when it's a heavy rainstorm and you're driving through 3, 4 inches of water and there's a lot of splashing, your car is fine. It's built to withstand that. It's really only when the rain gets over the door sill and higher than that that it really becomes a problem.
All right. Anything else you think we should keep in mind as we're headed for another round of rain tonight?
I would just say don't travel if you don't have to. And again, don't drive into water that you can't see the bottom of. You have no idea how deep it is, and that's very dangerous.
Very useful advice right now. Patrick Olsen, editor-in-chief of Carfax. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.